Everybody's in here. Everybody in here single, aside from me. All right. Here's my next question. Any presumption couple here? Any two people who grow out here? Any two people here like that? Ah, the so what happened? You're scared to put your hand up. All right. Anybody brought a partner? All right. Let's do this. Uh, Majority of our session is going to be based upon question and answer, and it's going to be based upon questions that you have, and then I can attempt to answer them. I think the media is regulating. It's going to be regulating for questions online, so we're going to take a break and take some questions online. Ted, can you put 15 minutes on my timer? The reason why Ted is putting 15 minutes on my timer is because I want to take 15 minutes and make a presentation. And that presentation, I hope it will key into some of the things that we have to do. Okay, so this morning we're talking about companionship. We're talking about friendship. If you're in service this morning, anybody was here this morning? Who was here? Or fewer people, that's great. This morning we're talking about companionship. We're talking about friendship and relationship. And I know we try a lot to bring a little bit of balance to it. We could not do that because, we're talking to both married and single people at the same time. I'm going to piggyback of it, and that's what I'm going to talk about in the next 14 minutes that I have. Companionship and friendship, then we can start to raise our questions. All right. Let me start by making this broad statement, which is very important for you to understand, that for every any dating relationship to work, it must be on the premise of friendship. For any and every dating relationship to work, it must be on the premise of friendship. The reason why I'm making that statement, I'm not making that statement in a religious context. So for the religious people in the room to say, Pastor left God out of the equation. No, we already consider God in the equation because the place we are that way. No, that way. That church, right? But the virtue of the fact that we're in God's house, God is in the equation. So don't bring religiosity to it. All right, let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. The nitty-gritty of it is that for any and every dating relationship to work, it has to be on the basis of friendship. This morning we try to define friendship. We say friendship is bordered on two major things. Number one, interdependence and voluntary participation. That is, when somebody wants to be friends with you, or when you agree to be friends with somebody, both of you are both independent, but you are also reliant on each other. That means you're interdependent. I look up to you, you look up to me. I rely on you, you rely on me. And voluntary participation is that you don't coerce somebody in being friends with you. You allow them to freely flow into the friendship. All right. For a dating relationship, you cannot coerce somebody being friends with you. You have to allow them to flow into the friendship. Now, let me digress a little bit. Most times I see people, and this is not a one-way street. Not like this is guys, and it's not in a situation of girls. I see young people like you trying to get in a dating relationship, and sometimes the person you've tried, the person doesn't want to get in that relationship. You try to coerce them with gifts and goodwill. And at the end of the day, you coerce them, you force them, you stuff them with gifts and goodwill. One day when that relationship ready to crumble, the person says, but I didn't ask you to do anything for me. Because when it came to that place, it was not a voluntary participation. It was you coercing, and forcing them in that place. You got my point, right? So friendship is based upon voluntary participation. In short, we have to both agree that we want to be friends to be friends. It can't be a one-way street where one person says that let's be friends and they become friends. No, we have to both agree to be friends. We have to both want to be friends. We have to both love to be friends. So it's voluntary participation. And we say, considering that, friendship carries something what we call reciprocal effort. And the reciprocal effort is both, I think, on 4 or 5 points. The first one is admiration. In friendship, we have to learn to admire each other. It is not one way where one person admires the other person. Sometimes, in a general friendship, which is like platonic friendship, you find out that somebody is jealous of the other person, somebody is envious of the other person. But in a true friendship, we're not jealous of each other, we're not envious of each other. What do? We learn to admire each other for what we have, what we carry, and what is good. And sometimes you see that with females in a friendship. So sometimes you see a girl, she will tell you, she will tell her friend and say, "Man, you just fine." And sometimes she's not saying it out of spite or envy or anything. She's just saying it out of true nature that she's appreciating her friend for whoever she is. And that's a reciprocal effort, which has to be admiration. Now, in the place where admiration is tempered with for friendship, then the premise for the friendship is wrong. So when it comes to a dating relationship, there must be admiration for each other. We have to learn to admire each other. When the man feels better than the woman or the woman feels better than the man, it drops the bar for admiration and you can learn to admire each other. But in your dating relationship, for you to grow, you have to learn to admire each other. Now, I was saying this morning, I'm going to go back to it and piggyback on it. I was saying to you this morning, and the church this morning, I was saying to them, when a man makes a decision for marriage, he makes a decision based upon romance. If you're here this morning, you remember that, right? When a woman makes a decision for marriage, she makes a decision based upon security. Nobody should ever tell you that a woman makes a decision for marriage based upon romance. She makes a decision based upon security. That is, can this person take care of me? Females. Single female. Let boyfriend and girlfriend be there while you eat. Another question you can ask. Can this boy take care of me? Right? Does he even have a car? Is he even working? Right? Does he know something? Another decision you get, how you can base on? You base your agreement for the relationship on those factors, right? But for the male, he doesn't base the agreement for relationship on the factor. I said this morning he bases his agreement for relationship on the factor based upon what thing goes inside of him. As he walk in the room, the thing I do, trick, trick, trick. Then he sent message from his photo. He said, "Gentlemen, we are at war." That he sells inside of him, telling him, "Gentlemen, we are at war. We just entered enemy territory, and there is a prize that we must conquer it." So everything inside of him. Now he start to fix himself for no reason. Whether he can speak serious or not, he start rapping and talking, "How will you baby?" So because he has to impress. It's nothing. He ain't got anything with the thing. He just wants to impress. Why? Because he saw somebody that he likes. Now, for that man to decide to be in relationship with that woman, pay attention to this. For that man, that young man to decide to be in relationship with that woman, it's because of how good she look first. To him. And you understand? He gauges her physique before he engages her intellect. For the woman, when she meets a man, as handsome as he can look, 6 pack, 7 pack, 20 pack, she gauges his intellect before she can gauge his physique. Huh? You don't believe that? I will give you an example. Wait, I can't give you an example. Why you think it's easy for one girl to look at one woman, his stomach looking at her, she said, "I'm my boyfriend"? You ever ask yourself that question? She don't concern about her body, she concerned about her pocket. As a matter of fact, because his pocket is loaded, do you know what he does? His pocket brings handsomeness to her body. So as she sees his pocket, she says, "He's handsome. The man is handsome. I'm telling you. Right? But the man, he doesn't do like that. So there has to be this level of admiration. That's what I'm talking about for each other. Then we talked about trust. Trust. How much do you trust each other? So we said the premise of trust in a friendship has nothing to do with the integrity of cheating. The premise of trust in a friendship has everything to do with the fact that somebody is there for me and I can be there for them. You are able to rely on a friend knowing that that friend will be there for you in thick and thin. Are you understanding me? Friendship is not defined in the easy processes of life. Friendship is defined in the toughness of life. I call you my true friend when you're able to go through situations with me, and I trust. Now, can I get up in the middle of the night and know that the place where I am, if nobody come for me, my boy will come for me? Huh? You understand what I'm saying? If you can go through your friendship like this and say, in the middle of the night, they say make one telephone call to somebody where you know will come for you. Most of us, we got those people, right? And we define those people as friends. Most of us. If you don't have somebody like that in your life, you ain't got a friend. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That trust, what are this person will go to with me? Taking teams, what are this person will go there? Now, the thing about taking team friendship, and I'll talk a lot more about it on Sunday again, but I'm just giving this basic, I don't have a lot of time, is that this taking team friendship is not judgmental. I don't judge you before I help you. I help you even before I ask questions. Huh? Okay, here is it. So let's talk about platonic friendship. Somebody meet your girl on the street. I'm talking about girlfriend, boyfriend, your girlfriend, right? Somebody meet your girlfriend on the street. You passing, and the person was cursing your girlfriend. You just passing in car. You just see the person cursing your girlfriend. Most of you, what you do, by the time you get out from the car, you start cursing the person too. You don't know what happened, what your girlfriend do. You just start cursing the person. As you're cursing the person, when they finish flogging out where you go, is about so what thing happened? What do you do there? You are not aware. And you understand? You are not aware. And the guys can do the same thing. It's no different. Somebody who your friend, you see the man in trouble, what the first thing you do? By the time you get there, your car's damaged before you have to decide that, brother. So, what really happened? The time was down there, what happened? Man said, my man, I wronged that man. But brother, you shame also. But listen, you're not judging the man. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Now, let me do this for you. Let me say this to you quickly, guys. Because of that level of friendship, do you know that friendship even wrestle with your relationship with God sometimes? I know what I'm saying. That the trust that you can have in your friend, right? Sometimes you're not even objective in your relationship with God because you want to protect that friend. Huh? Let's use this as a case study. Please, it is not to demean anybody, it's not to bring anybody to anything, but just for you to think about it. Use this as a case study. Although you're in church, your girlfriend call you, say, babe, say, yeah. Say, not easy. What happened? Say, fire on the mountain. What thing happened? Babe, I'm pregnant. The first question, we taking it all? But at church, you're in, all of you forget you're Christian now because of your girlfriend now. So the first question is, babe, we giving it or taking it all? You see how the level of trust in that friendship wrestle when you're dealing with God? Now, let me put it like this. When that kind of friendship translates from just between you and your girlfriend and translate to what's happening between you and your partner. This morning, I use a statement. Then I say, then you're in a good place because that friendship is what we call lunacy, crazy people. Because when you're not crazy in your friendship, then you're not ready to go all out for each other. You got to be crazy in it. You got to be crazy in it. And that's what it's about. So trust. So the place of trust in friendship is cardinal to the friendship. Now the place of trust in a dating friendship is cardinal to the dating friendship. When you miss the place of trust in a dating friendship, then it can't work very well. The last thing I talked about was vulnerability. I got only 2 minutes here, but it's okay. The last thing I talked about was vulnerability. How open you are, right? Being open. Now, let me say this. Because you're stepping in a dating relationship, and I use the word presumptuous, it's going to try to go to marriage, it means that there are certain things you must consider with the person who you're dealing with. Number one of those things you must consider is what we call the differences of that person. And I want to talk about it quickly. And there are 3 differences you must consider in a dating relationship. Number 1 is what we call the rejected differences. Number 2 is what we call the tolerated differences. Number 3 is what we call the celebrated differences. The rejected differences is the fact that you haven't realized in Genesis chapter 127, Bible says he made him male and female. He made him a male. and female. He made him what? And female. He made him what? One can grow beard, one can what? And you understand? Now pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. Eh? One can walk in a room and see colors. Different colors. One can walk in a room and only see black and white. Huh? I'm telling you, he made him male and female. In short, we are so different. The male species is so different from the female species. When you have that consideration, then you're ready to nurture a relationship to marriage. Now, rejected differences. Somebody who have rejected differences syndrome in a relationship, they just say to themselves, that one again, you heard this statement, eh? All women are the same. Eh? That person is a rejected differences syndrome person. All women are the same. As much as women are different from men, all women are not what? So that means you totally reject the fact that this person is different from you and you just categorize them in a box and you don't want to see beyond that box. Number two, tolerated differences. The person who's dealing with tolerated differences doesn't say all women are the same. This is what the person say. The person say, but a woman and me, I just got to live with her. I get needs. So you heard some men making that statement, right? So my man, they think, my man, they did that thing. We will not that woman. Yeah, the one where you get at your own, you just live with it. Now, man, the one where you get at your own. That's tolerated. You're tolerating the differences. But there is something called celebrated differences where you see the person, you know that the person is different from you. You recognize that the person is different from you. But this is what you do, my final word. You respect that it's different from you. Based upon the concept of respect that you put on that difference or the differences that person have, right? Then you have to see them in a way that will cause your relationship to grow and foster into something great. But if you can't celebrate some other differences, you can't celebrate the opposite sex differences, then you're not ready to do it. Now, last Sunday, you remember when I said to you that men are men are more logical and women are more intuitive. That's a difference, right? Huh? That is something you have to celebrate like that. And for friendship to grow, you have to celebrate that difference. Now, let me say this to you. So, if I went home just now, and I met my wife, and I said, babe, what are you doing? She said, oh, I'm not doing nothing. I said, oh, but, and we live in Dwaston. I said, but let's go to the supermarket. And so we drive from Dwaston, we can't eat at the junction, we come to the supermarket, we buy ice cream for her, we let her in the car, we go back home. Do you know I consider that growing up? As a man, you know I consider that as growing up? And you see how all of you are laughing? All the women are laughing because I'm not growing up to you, eh? And I'm growing up to you, eh? But as a man here, I feel consider that as growing up. You know what I mean? For me to take my time, I drive, go to house. I drive, boy, buy a car, buy ice cream, I wear everything. I carry you back home. Where you come from? No, where you come from? Let's talk. Where you come from? Huh? You come from out? Like in the kitchen, you come from? Like out. Huh? Now, when the woman said we're going off, in my dress, huh? They must plan it. They must find somewhere. You must go. I just go to the first place, they're not alright. They consider that as going off. That's what they consider as going off. Do you see that kind of difference? In your mind, you go off. In your mind, where people come from? Those are differences that we face every day. That is the complexity of doing this thing called relationship. And so there is a line that you must see, the fine lines that will make it work for you guys. Otherwise, we see Christian people walk into this thing called relationship. It's difficult for them to come to the place of marriage, even though they have the ultimate of coming to the place of marriage, but they don't come there because they don't consider these things. They don't. That if we have to do this, we have to do this in these ways. We have to understand what makes somebody different from me. How do they think? How do I see them? Huh? I can think about countless scenarios between the man and the woman. And so now when the woman think about it, they say you will get problem. Now every day I can tell the church here, if I rent an apartment and I get time to buy curtain as a man, you realize that every day I lay down there in my mind, I can see curtain on my window. You think no, it not bother me. The first thing, let me tell you the first thing. So you can understand it, because you don't understand the complexity of this thing. The first thing, as a man, if I come from the bathroom, I'm dressing in my room, somebody decides to spy through the window. What's wrong? What's wrong concern me? You had a question I'm asking. So, what are you spying? Now, let me tell you the truth. I don't say it not happen in the cases of women, but between men and women. What time you think women get reason to spy men? Not many women get reason to go spy men. Right? Because I'm giving you the scenario. I'm not talking about absolute. I'm talking about majority and minority, right? Not many reasons to get to spy men. Why many women get reason to spy men? The man's body was not made for something for you to look upon. Huh? The man's body was made for something to protect you, not something for you to look upon. Right? But the woman's body, nobody got to tell you, say, my brother, when woman spy, you got to spy. Woman wear clothes, you spy, she spy, you spy. She don't wear clothes, she spy. You know what I used to tell the beginner something, they used to take it for a joke. Look, we used to be standing up like this. Girl coming here, they get fun. But because we Christian beginner, we got to look behind the girl to see her, but sorry for the expression if it bad to you. I say, if it bad to you, I say it bad. Okay. If she coming like this, and she coming right here, we were already speaking to her, right? I already think around looking for Sonny on this side. You don't think I'm looking for Sonny on this side? Because she will pass. I can't let her pass where they are think around. Everybody don't know what I'm looking at. So before she reach here, I finished seeing her face, right? And I got to see the bottom part, right? So I already think around. I'm waiting for her to pass. Now, that clothes she wearing, why? Because the woman's body was made for us to look at it. If the thing are lying, let's establish the fact. The other day I was asking, the invited said I did morning, I was asking the pastor, I said, the other men go in the bathroom, he's still on. He said he's taking bath. My man, let's go in dressing. What are you doing in the room? Nobody know. First, so y'all, we buy my body like in Greece. The only place where human being see, my hair and my face. And then me can grease the ball out woman. And then me. And then me. Amen. First thing, even as a married man, I come in the bathroom almost fully dressed. I don't get to for that thing. I kept all my clothes in the bathroom. I take out where the power shoe, like power we roll oil. More you man, see what I'm waiting for you for. Bro, pick up raw oil on my back. God. Everybody will better get the walai. The last time oil touched my back, while the time Georgia and myself were playing, she did the oil, she put on my back. Now, it got nothing to do with me. Anyway, you want to think about it, and I model, and I'm going to take off my clothes to show somebody that I model or anything. It got nothing to do with me. Listen, I don't get the people not on my feet, and not on my hand, are all right. Now, I just gave you 40 minutes difference with the woman, right? But if the woman go to the bathroom, and she get off that plate, she didn't do all that thing, and then mean she woman, she man. I'm not joking. Some people say, oh, no, no, in me, I can't do it. But it will start ringing some bell to your husband. And the day you get married, the bell will get ring to your husband. My work get about because, because as a woman, you don't know the move very Bible quick. But on a serious note, all right, listen now. I'll just make you laugh. Let's bring this to bed. On a serious note, there are differences that we have to respect. And when we respect those differences, then we can be able to walk into a good relationship. When we stop seeing those differences, we'll consider a lot of things around us. Four things I said that will help build friendship in a dating relationship. Number one, have shared interests. Shared interests, SHARE, shared interests. Try to develop shared interests. It's going to help you develop your dating relationship. It's going to help you develop friendship within a dating relationship. Shared interests. In short, you're asking yourself, what are the things that we would like to do together? What are the things we like to do together? Living on the opposite polarity doesn't help your relationship. Let me say this to you. Living on opposite polarities doesn't help your relationship. The way our relationship is enhanced through friendship is that we develop shared interests. What are the things we like to do together? I'll give you a common example, and some of you may not see it. Probably would just like to go to church together. It is a commonality. I don't know whether there are math students here, but there's something called LCD. Least common denominator, right? So that one is what we're using to divide everything by the problem, right? So it becomes the base for it. So the thing I'm saying, what is the base, or what are the bases? BASES, not IS. What are the bases for your relationship? What are the things that interest both of you? Maybe we just like to listen to music together. So we share a lot of music. Is it working? People in there. I come in. This is okay. This. So what are the things we like to do? Maybe we like to listen to music. Maybe we like to watch movies together. So we go to the movie together. Thank you. It's good? All right. Yeah, Darren. So maybe we like to watch movie together. So we go to the sorry guys, I want to hook this up good. Okay. I think this is good. All right. So we go to the movie together, shared interest, right? We like to take a walk together. We want to go to we want to exercise together. So what are the things that share interests you can have? We like to play games together. It will enhance friendship in your relationship. How do I know this? The people who you become friends with, are people who you share interests with on several different things. The guys, for me, some of the guys who I hang out with are guys who play video games. So because they play video game and I love video games, we'll become friends because every time we get there, our shared interest, we're going to have to play video game together. Some of the people who I hang out with are people who are pastors, who lead churches, who serve in churches. We have shared interests, so we have something to talk about. When you don't have shared interests, most times you have nothing to talk about because your interest provides a platform for discussion. Outside of that platform, most times your conversation line is empty because there is nothing to talk about. So you want to develop share interest. Number two, you want to develop share friends. Share friends. I know sometimes you say, oh, I like to have my friends. He must have his friends. I have my friends. That's good. But it's also good for us to have our friends together because our friends together will provide us the opportunity to always be together. And if our friends are good friends, it will help us give us the opportunity for us to be in wholesome environment that will foster growth, that will foster care, that will foster attention and trust and admiration in our relationship. So share friends. So it's not like I don't have my girlfriend. It's not like you don't got a ball. But the friends we have, they're the same friends. We like to have the same friends, right? The other day I was saying to you, I don't know whether it was the morning service or the evening service. Last week I was saying to you, if your partner, because you're dating young people, if your partner cannot pick up the phone on three rings to find where you are, both of you, you're in trouble. There must be not more. I mean, three rings. I mean, three different places, right? He's out a year, or what? Yeah, it's a problem. She's out a year, or year. So that thing in your mind happens. It's a plus. So share friends. All right. Number three, you have to learn how to spend time together. Friendship is fostered by time. Friendship is fostered by time. When you can't spend time together, you don't develop friendship. Spending time together is not getting in the car and going home in the evening. You live in peace, we are living in peace, we come. No. Spending time together is intentionally decide that we want to be with each other. But then here is the thing about spending time. The thing about spending time is, again, for single people, is that you want to be careful about how you spend time, where you spend time, because there is a tendency for you to misbehave. Right? Some people trust themselves. Some people ain't trust themselves. Me, I trust myself. Uh-huh. You understand? Even as a single, you're not going to put me in no sister in house and say, oh, we're praying in the night or in the morning, the Holy Spirit are moving. The Holy Spirit did move because he advised us not to do it, and he moved. He advised us, he really moved, he advised us, he was advising us, but we pay attention. You understand? Some of you like to put yourself in a place where you put yourself in danger zone and say you will survive. You will not survive. You're not that strong. You're not that strong. Huh? You're not that strong. You understand? You don't know the power of wet towel. You're not that strong. Don't do that. I'm just advising you. Don't do that. Especially when you're trying to build a relationship with God. Don't do that. So you can spend time, but you have to learn how to spend time in places that will enhance growth in your relationship, enhance the spirituality of your relationship, and don't damage it. Is that okay? All right. Number 4. This is very easy, but it's also difficult. One of the things that's going to forge your friendship is to learn how to solve problems for your partner. People trust you when you become their solution temple. I'm not talking about female you call and say I want money for school fees. That's the thing I'm talking about on there. I'm talking about a mutual understanding of learning how to solve issues for your partners, for your partner. And this morning I was talking about how smart some of you are, especially the females. You're very smart. You're very smart. Some of you, the guys you're dating right now, some of them even going back to school, they're going back to college, they're juggling between college and work and everything. Sometimes, and you probably out of college and something, don't be there and just be looking at him struggling. Brother, what happened? Let me help you with this assignment. There's nothing wrong with it if you know how to do it. Are you understanding me? Huh? Now, let me give you another example. This man has problem with his mom. You meet him. You meet this young man. You ask him, where your parent? Oh, my papa. Everything here, my papa, his pa. Where your mom? You found out that here his mom not talking. Do you know what it would mean to him if you went back and make sure that relationship with his mom was reforged and redeveloped? Do you know what happened? Do you see the way he sees you? He sees you differently. Sometimes the man is a wasteful spender. Right? You get into his life, don't increase the spending and the debt. You come. The man already wasting the money. Then you celebrate, my brother, like you're on the campaign, we wasting. You understand? The man should be able to come out of that place and say that there's nobody changed my life besides this person. So sometimes he invests. See what you have to say to him, babe. Do you know what happened? I'm sorry to say, I really don't care about your salary. I really care about how much money you want to give me or you want to give me all the extra. But I think that I found out that, are you saving? Are you doing this? And something like that. Listen now, let me tell you the truth. Few things will happen in that place. If that man truly wants to be your friend and have a relationship with you, he will make some definition to be open up to you. If he doesn't open up to you, there are several reasons. I'll give you number one. Number one reason, either he gets somebody else in his life. Huh? No, I'm coming to that your power, eh? Yeah. So, he gets somebody else in his life. You understand? Number two, he may not be having somebody else in his life Number two, he is just somebody who's not ready for a relationship while you're ready for one. Huh? Right? And sometimes when people are not ready for a relationship while you're ready for one, it's because they probably just not ready personally, or the cycle of friends are giving them the wrong advice. And so everyone on the in that cycle, they're not ready for something like that. Huh? So you have to consider, there's a third one in my mind, but I forgot it. When I come to my mind, I'll let you know. But you have to consider. But if he opens up to you, then you have to go in. She said, but if he not really get somebody in your life, then we just eat the money. Now, it's a good thing to just eat the money. But let me tell you something. There was few days ago, we're celebrating what is in it? Happy New Year, Minada. Right? You will eat that money for 1 year. But there is a time that have elapsed in your own lifespan that you should be making progress in relationship, but you're eating money. So the time you get ready to have serious relationship, maybe that time you're eating money and somebody was looking at you, but your focus was only on eating the money and you didn't see the person that God wanted you to see for your life in that season. So you delay your own calendar time based upon your idea of just wanting to eat money. Now pay attention to this. The idea of eating money is a good thing, but sometimes there's some money you're not supposed to eat. I'll tell you the truth. There's some money you're not supposed to eat. Because if you position yourself well in relationship, you're able to build something with somebody that both of you can enjoy. The reason why, this morning I was saying, I don't know why I put that other note. The reason why a lot of you, I was saying this morning that some of you don't forge friendship in relationship because you have the liability gold digger syndrome over your life. You walk into that place only wanting what the person can offer in terms of economic solutions and not in terms of emotional solutions. So economically, when the person can provide for you, you forget about your emotions. But there could be a season where the person is not even able to provide economically for you any longer. Then now you're looking for emotion, and that person is already detached from you because the premise of the relationship was already faulty. If something is faulty, you can't do anything about it. Bible says, what can the righteous do if the foundation is already what? Destroyed. It didn't say the top of the building, it said the foundation. So when you step into a relationship, especially dating relationship, you want to forge that relationship on a strong premise that will cause it to survive. When I see you young people dating, I find out that you're getting in this relationship for all the obvious wrong reasons. All the obvious wrong reasons. And I'll say this to you with all fear and favor and be very unapologetic about it. This thing what you call life is not the way it looks. This thing you call life is not the way it looks. Tomorrow, the uncertainty of life can determine too many things for you. Let's say, for example, the uncertainty of life can determine that today you can marry somebody for money, tomorrow they can lose their life. Are you understanding me? Huh? All right. I'm not praying for anybody boyfriend to die or a girlfriend to die. That's the uncertainty of life. The uncertainty of life can be today you can marry somebody that don't even look like it. Tomorrow what can happen? They can have everything. I'll give you one common example. And maybe sometimes it's not good with name callings. But let me tell you, some of the people who went to the last government 6 years ago, and even some of the people who were coming into this government, they didn't resemble it some years ago. Huh? Whether we like it or not, whether you want it or not, and I said it was all fear and favor, whether you ready to or not. When 6 years ago, 2017, did Jefferson Kochi look like somebody to be said the mayor of La Bureau? No, let's say the truth. Did he look like somebody to be said the mayor of La Bureau? But imagine, let me say the truth to you. But say this to you. Imagine in the struggle of life, right? And this kind of person comes to you to build a relationship, right? And you easily just write them off because economically they're not in that position. You can't talk about the twist or turn of life. The problem with a lot of you, especially the women, let me put it like this. The problem with a lot of you, especially the women, is that you are not prepared to grow anything. You are not prepared to grow anything. And until you learn you decide to grow something. Now pay attention to this. Don't lose the focus. Until you decide to learn to grow something, right? You literally don't own anything. You want me to say that to you again, right? You are not prepared to grow anything. And until you decide to grow something, you don't own anything. Because some of the places you're walking into relationship, if those places are already made, it's difficult to have ownership in places that the ownership deed are already been bought. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So you have to you have to reprocess your mindset, reprocess your thinking. That's what you have to do. Reprocess it so that tomorrow you can have a level of ownership on your life. Let me put it like this: what are you wanted or not? I tell you the truth. What are you wanted or not? I tell you the truth. My wife was 22 when we got married. 22 when we got married. And that time I have just decided to go back to college. I lost my job and everything. Just decided to go back to college. She could have made a decision that this one, it looked like he was going somewhere, but he ain't reached. And I can't take him. Are you understand what I'm saying, right? Today, what God is every day turning my life into was somebody just want to stand across the street and say, oh, I used to have a relationship with that man. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But now let's put it like this. My wife has enough entitlement, absolute entitlement in my life. Today, if somebody gave me $1 million to tell me, say, hey, the money here, I would decide what to do with it. I can go up, I come down, I climb over the place, I dance, everything. I will have to come back to her and pick up, baby, you know what I mean? Just give me small things so I can help my boy. You understand? Why? Because she bought the title deed. She bought the title deed with time and patience. Right? She bought the title deed by being there when nothing looked like it, when you didn't resemble anything. And the problem with you, I'm not saying if somebody came up to you who is affluent financially or whatever way, I'm not saying you don't have a relationship with them. I'm saying be able to spend enough time with God for you to be able to decide that this person, God is putting them on a path for us to change our life. Now, pay attention to this now, guys. I know you got the flip side. You already always got the flip side. Not every time taking Harry who know that he only wait to something, he only wait to something. Yeah, not every one of them know that they only wait to something. Right? All right. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Sometimes taking Harry know that they only wait to something, not only wait to anything. Right? Right. So what they are is that they're just a pimp dressed up, looking like he's going somewhere, but he's not going anywhere. But then here is it. Here is a secret. Guys, pay attention. Here is a secret. I'm talking to the female. The secret is you can never tell in your human understanding if he's going or not. You have to take a defined relationship in God to expose that person. And the reason why a lot of you are misled because you don't have that relationship in God. Because it got to be the Holy Spirit that you say, reveal to me things about this person that don't resemble my future, that don't resemble my progress. And when they start popping up, I'll tell you the fact. Do not let go of those things in the name of that he's caring, he's loving. Because those things could come up, and it could be the things that could be very detrimental for you in the future. Are you here with me still? Huh? Okay. So when you miss that, you miss a lot of things to your life. So that's what you have to pay attention to. Now, guys, let me talk to the guys quick. We'll shut this thing down. You are carried away by body and physique, and how beautiful she look. And can I give you some announcement, guys? Huh? That's not how she looks every morning. Huh? That's not how she are. She can snow. She can snow when she's sleeping. She can snow heavily. Huh? Mm-hmm. Did I tell you that she can drool? Do you know what's that? She can sleep and speak and about sometimes. I didn't tell you that. Oh, do you know why you marry? When you saw her, you thought of a magazine cover. You didn't think about the reality of life. And life is beyond what you see when somebody have, let's say, all deck up and makeup. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That is the reason why, even if you appreciate her physique, take time to get to know her. Don't rush to ask for commitment. Because it's difficult to ask to be uncommitted. Because you already asked to be what? Yeah. So take time. Nothing is running back. Let me tell you. If she's your woman, she will be your woman. Bro, if she's your woman, she will be your woman. Huh? She can be friends with another man. If she's your woman, she will be your woman. If she's not your woman, she will not be your woman. I see a lot of people, they'll carry away with a woman who is talented, a woman who is physically beautiful, and they just lose it. Will I encourage any man to marry any woman that he's not physically attracted to? No. My brother, never attempt that. And you know that one can put down? Don't do this at home. Eh? Caution, no what? Don't try this at home, right? My brother, don't try it at home. The worst place to be is to be with somebody who you're not physically attracted to. So I encourage you, but yet and still, as you get physically attracted, you have to now to start to deal with unraveling the layers of thought pattern, emotions, attitude, complexities. You have to unravel it to see. Can I say this? Here is the truth. I don't care how you unravel it, you still not go to the core of it. Even when you get married to her, you still can go to the core of it. We'd have been married for some years. There are some days we get her in the morning and say, hey, I know the sister. I don't know her. They say, what happened? I say, I don't know her. I don't know her. Why? Because, you see, when people grow, people change. They don't change for the worse. Do you know what happened? They transition in their mindset and they make adjustments with their life. So sometimes the way they used to answer you 5 years ago is not how they will answer you right now. I'll give you a common example. You don't expect my wife that I met when she was in 19. She got married, was 22. At the age she is, she now start managing people. She into corporate management. And that time I used to say to her, and you going home? She said yes. Just wait for me there. She said yes. I'll wait for you. Now, see me fool myself. And you going home? Let me just yes. She'll say yes if you got something to do. She will not say yes. Then she will say, no, I got something to do. Are you understanding me? You see, the changing of time has not changed her character. It has just allowed her to be more responsible. It is my turn to adjust with that changing of time. So the person is going to grow. But you have to make the decision wise. Now,